Holy flamin' bananas, guys! Have you heard about the Kindness Rock Project? It's so cool, you gotta try it. Sorry, you're probably like, who is this crazy rock girl? My name's Keely. I'm 20, and I actually got into a petty argument with this cranky old neighbor over these rocks. It's not really funny, but my now boyfriend Jax says it kinda is. I call Jax my now boyfriend because, in a way, this is about my then boyfriend, Bryant. I don't want to spend too much time on him, so let's just say that he broke my heart. And I'll never admit to the voodoo doll I made. JK. Anyway, moving on. The Kindness Art Project I was telling you about earlier is this trend where people paint rocks or pebbles with smiley faces or inspirational sayings and leave them around for others to find. I was walking with my head down, feeling sorry for myself over Bryant, when I came across this bright teal-colored rock with a big yellow bird on it. I picked it up, and on the other side it said, "Smile." And you know what? I couldn't help but. I think that simple message came at the right time. Bryant really did a number on my little heart. And I hate to admit it, but I wasn't smiling a lot lately. I usually walk to the grocery store I work at, and on the way, I found another rock. It said, "Look up, it's a beautiful day." I didn't realize how much I was staring down at my feet these days, and that rock reminded me to keep my chin up. I'm so glad I did, because I made eye contact with Jax for the first time. He worked at the diner across the street from the store I worked at, and when I smiled at him, he introduced himself. And well, the rest is history. So anyways, back to the rocks. I thought they were so cool. And when I was telling my friend Tracy about them, she told me that it was a thing, like a social media thing. So Tracy and I got some paints and learned how to prep the stones. And it was a lot of fun. My favorite part was putting the inspirational words on the stones. I'd write the things I wanted people to see to me, like, "You matter," or "Believe in yourself." And it was a blast placing them around the neighborhood. Anyways, I did this one really cool stone that said, "Create your own sunshine." And I put it on this one neighbor's door. I didn't really know this guy. I think his name was George or something. And every time I saw him, he'd be frowning. I thought he might appreciate one and wanted to see his face when he found it. Sure enough, he saw it. He stopped and stared down at it for a long time. I thought he was touched. But then he just punted that stone into the street. I couldn't believe it. What a jerk, I thought to myself. It reminded me of Bryant and how he would just throw away all the love I tried to give him. It was that kind of negativity that would get me down, so I kept on making my rocks. I spread them all throughout the neighborhood, and I was going to skip George the Grump's house. But then I thought he might just need positivity the most. And I'm a nice person, dang it. So I put a special rainbow stone on his doorstep. But he kicked it away again. I was telling Jax what a jerk this neighbor was, but he said you never know people from a distance. Whatever. I saw it with my own eyes. This grump had no shred of kindness. I guess it really got to me because the next week, I decided to leave not just 1, but 10 stones. I would kill him with kindness, I decided. But that morning, when I went to drop them off, George was up early. He came out and started yelling at me. "Get that dog out of here," he said. "I'm sick of it crapping in my yard." And then he started stumbling toward me, kicking all the rocks away. I tried to stop him, but he kept yelling, "Get these dog turds out of here." But they're not dog turds, sir. It's the Kindness Art Project. It took me a while, but after actually talking to George, I learned he was legally blind. He could see some, but not much, and he had to look really close at things to read it. But he wasn't a grump at all. This whole time, I thought I had him pegged, but I was wrong. When I read and described the stones to George, he was really touched. He said I was probably the kindest neighbor he'd had. Appearances can sure be deceiving, and sometimes it can be hard to see. But that whole stupid war with George taught me that we have to look closely, or else we might miss the hidden beauty and kindness all around. Now I help George make his own stones. He's turned out to be a great friend that I never would have made if I hadn't taken the time to look closely. Have you ever been fooled by somebody's appearance? Tell me about it in the comments. And don't forget to like and subscribe for more hidden wisdom stories. Remember, when you share our stories, you're sharing wisdom.